So we talked earlier about opportunities and trends in HR sector, and I would like to know what about the threats and challenges? What's coming next in the HR sector for us?
I think a big change is the whole change in technology in the human resources sector, because there's a huge penetration of technology that will enter the human resources function. I think the second piece is that most of the approaches that we have in HR today, they do not really work in the world of tomorrow, where everything is going to be much more fluid. So we will need to acquire new practices, how we work, agile, scrum, sprint, all these kind of things. We're getting new generations into the workforce. And if you see the demographics, you're getting now the digital natives into the workforce, those ones who have never seen anything else than a digital experience, so they expect that kind of experience when they enter into an organization. And most of what we design and deliver of HR today is being designed and delivered by people of my generation who never had that kind of experience. So we need to develop that digital mindset that will then allow us to build a kind of context and an environment that makes it a lot more conducive for people to join our organizations. And the last one that I should not forget is also what I spoke about before, is the whole shift of the world of work, where work can move in any type of direction and not necessarily will stay inside the boundaries of a company. So the whole concept, I go to work, will change and shift around, that work will come to me in the future. So these are just a few of the examples.
You also mentioned the externalization of workforce. That is one of the trends we are facing right now, and more companies tend to adapt to this. What other exponential growth trends can you mention?
The exponential growth trends in
HR.
In HR, there are no exponential growth trends. There are some, if you look at technology, there are exponential growth trends. And some of these technologies will have an impact on how work can be performed and how you do human resources. So, for example, the notion of artificial intelligence. It gives you a feel, if you now put data into a system, then the system processes it, then at some point in time the system spits it out again. So what you actually have done in that system is that you have programmed stuff to move data. Now, the new systems are data. So there's no process anymore. You simply have a pot of data, and then you're going to, into that data, you're going to figure out what can I do with the data. So it requires complete rewiring. I call that word very often, rewiring of your thinking. So you need to move away from process thinking to data thinking. So you need to move away from thinking that work will be happening in the confines of a company, that work will be spread all across the globe. And especially the whole world of artificial intelligence is one that will have a huge impact on the human resources function.